Hi, hello. I am Ferinx, and you are watching Disney Channel. No, not Disney Channel. Asriel.Audios. And I'd like to introduce myself. Copyright reasons. I'm Ferinx, a Naga who lives in the southern parts of the West Continent woods. I live near a sanctuary in a huge cave in a mountain. And I'm father, previously orphaned by their family. I'm here to tell you how my story goes. My story long ago, specifically 969 years ago. I don't look too bad. I was born a few millennia after the world was created by the Dialgas. I was very kind child. However, once my mother was murdered, the queen of our tribe, I was alone. The only thing fueling me was to keep going was rage towards the one that had killed her several hundred years ago. I tracked him down and killed him, but I let all my anger out on him. I knew I should have forgiven, but I let revenge and that spike get the best of me. I realized that I needed to be a better person after everything. He blinded me before I killed him, stabbing me in the eye. I realized that hate and anger causes my blindness. So therefore, I spent the rest of these 300 years, it was back in the 1700s, so back then I spent the last 300 years learning how to become a better person and growing out of my old ways, and also growing out my hair a couple 100 pounds, which I'm not mad about because I was a skinny fellow back then, but now I'm a fat man. Especially after developing vitiligo, I think I look pretty, despite not being able to go out in the sun very often because less melanated parts get burned easily. However, I've learned to become a better person while also fighting a slight alcohol addiction. Considering I do work at a bar, I have a couple of friends, Baron the bear, Layla who was a possum, my absolute best friend, Yas Queen. But don't tell Baron, he's still my favorite male best friend. I said that, but once I met my child, is that they told me that they came from a rich family who only harbored firstborn, and anything other than the firstborn was seen as human trash to throw out. And was finally their time to go since while they went on a trip, they sent them out and almost killed them. The innocent child. And during the night, the rain came down and I found them, laying, crying, almost dead, until I talked to them and took them back to my cave to nurse them back to health. I got them new clothes. However, that doesn't come with problems. As since they are human, I live in Monster Sanctuary. I have to keep a close eye out on them, making sure their identity doesn't get revealed. It has been by one person, Kyle, such an asshole, some bitch ass bird and his dumbass wife, who's got problems with humans. I mean, his wife isn't bad, she doesn't help. She's a bystander. Like, we get it, you hate humans, but that's a child right there. It's And not to mention they killed my ex. That sucks. I love Charles. But, oh, he just had to be human. But now I just live with my child and teach them how to be part of Monster Society without being caught. And I think it's going to end up fine as long as, nothing bad happens. Like some sort of revenge of someone's certain sister. And, but the next thing to go over, what about me? Who am I as a person? Well, I can't show you that. I can show you my aesthetic. The Phantasma made me these amazing aesthetic portfolios for me and has my stuff and my style and my beautiful clothes. And I love like anything earthy, twee, whimsical, like kind of a weird mix between earthy tones and twee. I like how it should be in the 90s. I love the 90s so much. The 90s were my happiest eras of life. Like, honestly, who doesn't love the 90s? I mean, certain people. Besides, the recessions, the gay clubs were amazing. My home was kind of cottagecore, but oh, how do you mix cottagecore inside of a mountain? It's kind of a mix of style because I've been building several hundred years, and it's just a mix of things. In nature, random items, stuff I steal or buy. Hey, if that person, you outlive them, that means you can take their stuff. There's no harm in that. there, there's a little bit of harm, but still. I would say my personality is kind of a mix of caring, soft, a little bit sexy. I may be a fat man, but I got these double A cup tits for some reasons. My mom was very Chicago. If she see me out, she'd be like, yes, boy. Because if I had that body, she was so amazing. But overall, I think I'm just pretty down to um, earthy dude. I love women's cool fashion, a little bit of stealing, but it's okay. Well, that's me. Ferinx out. And if you want to see more episodes, look at the past ones and make sure to always be looking out for new episodes. Goodbye, and I love you from Ferinx.